Welcome back guys in this second part of this tutorial video about the peptic culture. In the first part of this video already we have discussed about different parts of a stomach, different linings of a stomach, process of digestion, hypersecretion, hyposecretion of HCL. Now in this second part of the video we'll talk about mechanism of HCL secretion from the parietal cell. Similarly we'll talk about causes of a peptic culture and treatment of a peptic culture. So let's move on towards our next slide. So guys, you can see this is the parietal cell. All the cells have a blood supply. So you can see this is a blood vessels which consist of oxygens and different chemicals and substances that is essential for cells. So you can see here carbon dioxide, bicarbonate, chlorine. I have shown only those substances which are important for this chapter. Definitely this is a parietal cells, means they should have a water. When there is blood supply to this parietal cells, this carbon dioxide will enters into the parietal cell and they will make a reactions. When water and carbon dioxide react together in presence of enzymes known as carbonic anhydrase, they will form a carbonic acids. So but these carbonic acids are very unstable. Whenever there is formation of a carbonic acid, immediately they will dissociate into a bicarbonate and a hydrogen ion. So you can see here the carbonic acid has been dissociated into the bicarbonate and hydrogen ions, and in parietal cell we'll find one pump. The name of this pump is known as a proton pump. Also we call as a hydrogen potassium ATPase pump. So these hydrogen ion that are formed by the reaction of carbon dioxide and water, so the all hydrogen ion they will come out from this pump. And similarly when there is blood circulations, this chlorine also come out. So this H ion and chlorine ion, they will react together and form a HCl. Similarly there are some other receptors present inside the parietal cells, like we have a H2 receptor. Similarly we have a acetylcholine receptor, and we have a gastrin receptor. And whenever we want to control the secretion of a HCl from the parietal cell, we will target to block this pump. Whenever this pump will get blocked, that time this hydrogen ion cannot come out from this pump. For example, we'll give a pantoprazole, omeprazole, rabeprazole, lansoprazole, esomeprazole. So these are PPIs, and whenever we are giving this drug, they will go and bind or they will block this pump. When this pump is blocked, the hydrogen ion cannot come outside, and so there is no formation of a HCl. This is how we can control the secretion of a HCl. Similarly, we can give a H2 receptor blocker also, like a ranitidine, famotidine, cimetidine. So these are H2 blocker drugs. Even we can reduce the secretion of HCl by blocking the H2 receptor. Even we have a ACE receptor or a gastrin receptor. We have a, but since these are, we will not go and block this kind of receptor, because we will find many side effects whenever acetylcholine receptor are blocked. Only the safest way to control the acid secretion is by blocking the H2 receptor and blocking the proton pump. So already we have told that whenever there is excess secretion of a gastric acid, it might cause the peptic ulcer. It may damage the lining of a stomach, right? So in this figure you can see this is a proton pump and this is H2 receptor. So what we'll do, we'll target two things. First is that we will give H2 receptor blockers. For example, we'll give a cimetidine, famotidine, nizatidine, ranitidine. So these are important H2 receptor blockers drugs that will block the H2 receptor and in the stomach, especially in parietal cell, and suppress the gastric acid secretion. This is how we can control the secretion of a HCl. Similarly, this is a proton pump, and we can give a proton pump inhibitor, PPIs, we call as a PPIs. So example like a omeprazole, pantoprazole, lansoprazole, rabeprazole, they will block the hydrogen potassium ATPase proton pump and inhibit the secretion of a HCl. Next thing is by neutralizing the gastric acid, right? So if already in stomach there is excess amount of HCl, means we can give a antacid. Antacid means they will neutralize the stomach acid that is already present in the stomach. We can give a drug like a magnesium hydroxide gel, aluminum hydroxide gel. Also, we can give a calcium carbonate. So these all things are to help in neutralizing the gastric acid. Similarly, we have protecting stomach linings. For example, because of excess secretion of HCL, the layer of stomach might have damaged. So in that case, what we can give? We can give a anti-ulcer drug like a sucralfate, and this sucralfate will form a protective barrier over the ulcer and protects against the pepsin and gastric acid. Also, it will help in healing the ulcers. It will help in healing the erosions, help in healing the ulceration. So this is the important things. We can give a sucralfate for protecting the lining of a stomach. Similarly, we have a prostaglandin analog like a misoprostol. Usually nowadays this misoprostol is not used because this drug are contraindicated in pregnancy. A few years ago this misoprostol was used as a treating a peptic ulcer, but what we found that in women, especially in pregnant women, it caused the miscarriage of babies. So these are contraindicated in a pregnancy, and usually this is not in practice. Okay, so this was about treatment of a peptic ulcer. So we have seen about the mechanism of HCL secretion from the parietal cell, and treatment part we have completed.